Welcome back, everybody. This is Brian Kirk with Eat to My Own Beat, taking the road less traveled with an episode of Religion and Languages. This is episode 8, and we're focusing on Armenia this week. So let's get started with the languages of Armenia. Armenia is an ethnically homogeneous country in which Armenian is the official language and is spoken as a first language by a majority of the population. Armenian is a pluricentric language with two modern standardized forms, Eastern Armenian and Western Armenian. Armenia's constitution does not specify the linguistic standard. In practice, the Eastern Armenian language dominates government, business, and everyday life in Armenia. As of today, Russian is still by far best known foreign language amongst the Armenian population. English is gaining popularity in recent years. French and several other languages have begun to be studied and used. Kurmanji is the largest minority language of Armenian spoken by the Yazidi minority. Other minority languages recognized by Armenian government are Assyrian, Greek, and Russian. The Article 20 of the Constitution of Armenia states that the state language of the Republic of Armenia is Armenian. Armenian is a major language used in education, administration, and public life. Armenian belongs to an independent branch of the Indo-European language family and uses a unique 36-letter alphabet, invented in the 5th century, which since the early 20th century contains 39 letters. Armenia has been the most successful of the 3 South Caucasian states, other than Azerbaijan and Georgia, in the others being Azerbaijan and Georgia, in the linguistic de-Russification after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Foreign languages. Because of the political and historical reasons, Russian is the most common foreign language spoken in the majority of Armenians. English is the second learned language and the fastest growing foreign language in Armenia. Universities in Russian, English, and French exist in the capital city of Yerevan. Study courses are available in numerous languages in Armenian universities, most notably the Yerevan State Linguistic University. Russian. Russian is by far the most common foreign language in Armenia, although its level of competence has significantly decreased since the Armenian independence in 1991. In 2010, the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has reported that about 70% of Armenia's population has the ability to speak Russian. A 1999 study showed that about 40% of the population is fluent in Russian. Russian languages television stations, 4 as of 2003, and newspapers are widely available in Armenia. A 2012 opinion poll showed that 94% of the Armenians have basic knowledge in Russian, with 24% of them having advanced knowledge, 59 intermediate knowledge, and 11 having beginner-level knowledge. The whole area of the current Republic of Armenia was annexed by the Russian Empire in the early 19th century. Since the Russians have been a high significance in the life and history of Armenia, basically from 1828 to 1918 and from 1921 to 1991, its all official nomenclature was done in Russian. Because it was the administrative language of those periods, in the early 20th century, it is estimated that only 3 to 4% of Armenians could read or speak Russian. Rapid Russification started during the Soviet period, particularly after Stalin's coming into power in the mid-1930s, when Russian became lingua franca of the Soviet Union. Until 1990, the Russian language was widely applied alongside Armenian. In 1988, nearly 100,000 Armenian students within the Republic attended Russian language schools. Russian was the main language of the academic research. Although Armenia's constitution has recognized Armenian as the official language, by the 1980s, over 90% of Armenian administrative paperwork was conducted in Russian. A large number of Armenian intelligentsia members sent their children to Russian language schools, which was considered to be harmful to the future of Armenia. Since 1991, the situation changed radically. In concern of study in secondary and high school as a general subject, practice of almost educational institutes process of teaching was performed in Armenian, even at Russian departments of colleges and universities. Thus, the Russian language lost its statute as the second mother tongue and was classified as a foreign language. All these factors brought forth change of the language functioning structure in real-time conditions. The absolute number of Russian language was significantly decreased. The 2001 census revealed that 29,563 people with Russian as their native language, from which 14,728 were ethnic Armenians. Many Armenian refugees from Baku and other cities of Azerbaijan only speak Russian. According to the Gallup organization's poll, 73% of Armenians in 2006 and 75% in 2007 said they think that it's important for the children in the country to learn Russian. According to the 2011 Armenian census, 23,484 people, or 0.8% of Armenia's citizens, spoke Russian as their first language. 11,859 of them, of which the speakers were Armenians. 10,472 speakers were Russians, and another 1,153 speakers were other ethnicities. In addition to those who speak Russian as a first language, 1,591,246 people, or 52.7% of Armenian citizens, speak Russian as a second language. English. The popularity of English has been growing since Armenia's independence in 1991. From year to year, more people tend to learn the ethnic language. In contrast, the last decades, the number of American students teaching English has grown gradually. English is still far behind Russian in terms of knowledge amongst Armenians. According to a 2012 poll, 40% of Armenians have basic knowledge of English, while only 4% having advanced proficiency in English. 16% of intermediate and 20% beginner level. However, in recent years, English has proven slightly more preferable than Russian. 50% of Armenians think that English should be taught in public secondary schools, compared to 44% preferring Russian. CNN started broadcasting on a regular basis in Armenia in 2002. The Times is available at kiosks. The American University of Armenia, an affiliate of the University of California, was established in 1991 and offers instruction leading in the master's degree in 8 fields in study and teaching English as a foreign language. By offering these programs in English, AUA strives to become accessible to qualified individuals from other countries in the region. According to a 2011 Armenian census, 107,922 Armenian citizens, or 3.6% of Armenia's population, can speak English as a second language. 107,002 people of the English second language speakers are ethnic Armenians. The other 920 are other ethnicities. Other foreign languages common in Armenia include French, German, Italian, Spanish, and Persian. Since 2008, Armenia is an associated member of the Francophile and become a full member in October of 2012. A university named Fondation Université Française en Arménie, French University in Armenia, was founded in 2000 according to an agreement between the Armenian and French governments. With 600 students, the UFAR, the largest French university, is a non-French speaking country. According to the 2011 Armenian census, there were 10,106 people who spoke French as a second language. 10,056 of these speakers are ethnic Armenians. 6,342 people who speak German as a second language. 6,210 of the speakers are ethnic Armenians. 4,396 speakers of Persian. 4,352 of them are are ethnic Armenians. And 29,430 people speak other languages as a second language. 25,899 of the speakers are ethnic Armenians. Many Armenians speak Azerbaijani as a second language, since the country welcomed 370 Armenian refugees from Azerbaijan, including the former Nagorno-Karabakh Autonomous Oblast during the Nagorno-Karabakh War, which lasted from 1988 to 1994. Minority language. Armenia joined the European Charter for Regional or Minority Languages in 2001, which protects the languages of minorities: Assyrian, Greek, Russian, and Northern Kurdish. Kurdish. Yazidis are the largest minority in Armenia. According to the 2001 census, 40,620 people identified themselves as Yazidis and 1,519 as Kurds. The same source showed 31,310 people with Kurdish as their native language. According to a 2011 Armenian census, there were 37,403 Kurds, 35,272 Yazidis, and 2,131 non-Yazidi Kurds. In Armenia, 33,509 of Armenia's citizens speak Kurdish as a first language. 31,479 reported Yazidi, while reported 2,030 reported Kurdish. 32,688 of the speakers were ethnic Kurds, while the other 821 Kurdish language speakers were non-Kurds. 777 were ethnic Armenians. Russian. The 2001 census revealed that 29,563 people in Russia had Russian as a first language, from which 12,905 were ethnic Russians. According to a 2011 Armenian census, there were 11,862 Russians in Armenia. 10,472 of them speak Russian as a first language. The other 1,390 speak other languages as their first language. 1,328 Russians speak Armenian as a first language. Other than the ethnic Russians, 13,012 non-Russians speak Russian as a first language. 11,859 of them are ethnic Armenians, and the other 1,153 speakers are from other ethnicities. In addition to those who speak Russian as a first language, 1,591,246 people, or 52.7% of Armenia's citizens, speak Russian as a single language. Assyrian. Assyrian Neo-Aramaic is spoken by 3,000-strong Assyrian minority of Armenia. According to a 2011 Armenian census, there were 2,769 Assyrians in Armenia. There are 2,402 people who speak Assyrian non-Aramaic as first language. 2,265 of the speakers are ethnic Assyrians, while the other 137 speakers are of other ethnicities, 125 of them ethnic Armenians. Ukrainian. According to a 2011 Armenian census, there are 1,176 Ukrainians in Armenia. There are 733 people who speak Ukrainian as the first language in Armenia. 606 of them are ethnic Ukrainians, and the other 127 Ukrainian speakers are of other ethnicities. 106 of them are ethnic Armenians. Greek. Although Armenian Greeks are mostly multilingual, speaking Greek, Armenian, and Russian, the 1,176-strong Greek community has kept the Pontic Greek dialect as their native language. According to the 2011 Armenian census, there are 900 Greeks in Armenia. In the 1970s, the Greek community of Armenia numbered 6,000, but many immigrated to Greece, especially after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. Like the other small communities, the Greeks Armenians speak mostly Russian, though many, especially of the older generation, have the ability to speak Pontic Greek, a Greek dialect native to the southern shore of the Black Sea region of modern-day Turkey. 2011 Armenian census did not cite the number of people who speak Greek as their first language, though it can be known that it is no more than 733, because Ukrainian was the language with the fewest speakers reported. Historical languages. The first language that was recorded to be spoken in Armenian highland is the Hurrian language, which was spoken in the Mitanni and parts of Armenia from around 2300 BC and mostly vanished by 1000 BC. Urartian language followed and spoken by the inhabitants of the ancient kingdom of Urartu that were located in the region of Lake Van, with its capital near the site of the modern city of Van in the Armenian highlands, modern-day Turkey. It is argued to be the linguistic evidence that Proto-Armenian came in contact with Urartian at the early date of 3rd to 2nd millennium BC. Before the formation of the Urartian kingdom, it was probably spoken by the majority of the population around Lake Van and the areas along the Zab Valley. First attested to in the 9th century, Urartian ceased to be written after the fall of the Urartian state in 585 BCE. Presumably, it became extinct due to its fall of Urartu. Some speculate it had been replaced in the form of early Armenian, although it is only in the 5th century that the written examples of Armenian appear. Armenian was generally recognized as a separate branch of Indo-European family. Armenia was considered to be part of the Persian language by Western scholars until 1870, when it was recognized as a separate Indo-European language. Greek and Syriac were the languages of Armenian Apostolic Church of the day of the creation from 301 AD to 405 AD, when Mashots invented the Armenian alphabet. According to the 1897 Russian census, top languages spoken in Erivan government, particularly corresponding to the current territory of Armenia, were Armenian 441,000, Turkic, referred to Tatar prior to 1918, 313,176, Kurdish 49,389, Russian 13,173, Assyrian 2,865, Ukrainian 2,682, Polish 1,385, Greek 1,323, Jewish, not specified, mostly Yiddish 850, Tat 709, and Georgian 566. Religion in Armenia. As of 2011, most Armenians are Christians, which is 90% of the population, and Armenia is members of Armenia's own church, the Armenian Apostolic Church, which is one of the oldest Christian churches. It was founded in the 1st century AD, and in 301 AD it became the first branch of Christianity to become a state religion. According to Pew Research, publication in December 2018, Armenia is the second most religious country among 34 European nations, with 80% of the respondents saying they believe in God with absolute certainty. In the 21st century, the largest minority Christian churches in the country are composed of new converts to Protestant and non-Trinitarian Christianity, and the combined total of 38,989 persons due to the country's ethnic homogeny. Non-Christian religions such as Yazidism and Islam have only a few adherents. Religious demography. Approximately 98.1% of the population is ethnic Armenian. Armenians have a very strong cultural connection to Armenian Apostolic Church. About 97% of the citizens belong to the Armenian Apostolic Church, an Eastern Christian domination of communion with the other Oriental Orthodox churches. The Armenian Apostolic Church has the spiritual leader at the Echemizin Cathedral. The head of the church is the Catholic Karakin II. According to the census in 2011, the composition of people identifying with the religion of Armenia is the following. Christianity, 2,862,366, which is 99%, of whom 2,797,187 are Armenian Apostolic, 97%, 29,280 evangelical, 13,996 Armenian Rite, and Latin Rite Catholic, 8,695 Jehovah's Witnesses, 7,587 Eastern Orthodox, which is Russian, Ukrainian, Georgian, and Greek, 2,874 Molokhin, which is non-Orthodox Russians, 1,733 Assyrian Church of the East, or Nestorian, 733 Protestant, 241 Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, 23,374 Yazidi, 5,146 Pagan, 812 Muslim, 5,299 people of other religions, and 121,587 of no response. Yazidis are concentrated primarily in the agricultural areas around Mount Aragats, northwest of the capital of Yerevan. They have lived in 19 villages in the Aragosta province, 2 villages in the Amvir province, and the 1 village in the Ararat province. Armenian Catholics live mainly in the northern region, in 7 villages in the Shirak provinces and 6 villages in the Lori province. Molokhins live in the 10 villages in the Lori province, 2 villages in the Shirak province, and 2 villages in the Gekharkunik province. Most Jews, Mormons, followers of the Baha'i faith, Eastern Orthodox Christians, Western Catholic of Latin Rite, Christians reside in the capital of Yerevan, which has attracted a great variety of people. Yerevan also has a small community of Muslims, including ethnic Kurds, Iranians, and temporary residents from the Middle East. Foreign missionary groups are active in this country. The freedom of religion. The Constitution, as amended in 2005, provides the freedom of religion and the right to practice, choose, or change religious beliefs. It recognizes the exclusion mission of the Armenian Church as a national church in the spiritual life, development of the national culture, and preservation of the national identity of the people of Armenia. The law places some restrictions on religious freedom of religious groups other than the Armenian Church. The law of freedoms concise establishments in the separation of church and state, but it grants Armenian Church official status of the national church. Traditional Armenian religions. Armenian Apostolic Church. According to tradition, Christianity was first introduced in the area by the apostles Bartholomew and Thaddeus in the 1st century AD. Armenia became the first country to establish Christianity as a state religion when it was in an event traditionally dated in 301 AD. Saint Gregory and the Illuminator convinced Tiridates III, the king of Armenia, to convert to Christianity. For this, the dominant religion of Armenia was paganism under the theological influence of Zoroastrianism. The Armenian Apostolic Church is the national church of the Armenian people, part of the Oriental Orthodoxy. It is one of the most ancient Christian institutions, and is seen as many of the custodian of Armenian national identity. Beyond its role as a religious institution, the Apostolic Church has traditionally been seen as a foundational core as the development of Armenia's national identity as God's uniquely chosen people. Heathenism. Heathenism is a neo-pagan movement in Armenia. Adherents call themselves Hetans, the old Armenian biblical term loaned from Greek, or as Gentile. The movement traces its origins back to the work of the early 20th century political philosopher and revolutionary Georgian Nizde and his doctrine Tezogeron, rejuvenation through national religion. In 1991, it was institutionalized by the Armeniologist Slak Kakosian in the Order of the Children of Ari. The movement is strongly associated with the Armenian nationalism. It finds that some support of the national politics parties of Armenia, particularly in the Republic of Party of Armenia and the Union of Armenian Aryans. Other Christians and other religions. Catholic Church. The Catholic Church in Armenia is divided between Latin Rite parishes, subject to apostolic administration of the Caucasus, and Armenian Catholic Church parishes. The 2011 census counted 13,996 Catholics. Protestantism. Since the end of the Soviet Union, Armenian Protestant missionaries have been protesting the country. 2011 census counted 29,280 evangelicals, 1% of the population, and 773 mainline Protestants. Eastern Orthodoxy. According to the census of 2011, there were 7,587 adherents of the Eastern Orthodoxy in Armenia, mainly Russians, Ukrainians, Georgians, and Greeks. Russian Orthodoxy community is centered around the Church of Intercession of the Holy Mother of God in Yerevan, consecrated in 1912. Molochans. According to the census of 2011, there were 2,874 Molochans in Armenia. Nestorianism. According to the census of 2011, there were 1,733 Nestorians in Armenia. Restoranism. The Jehovah's Witnesses estimated membership of 11,500, and the census of 2011 found 8,695. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints claims approximately 3,000 adherents in Armenia. At the end of 2011, the census found 241. Yazidism. About 1% of the Armenian population, or 23,374 as per the 2011 census, mostly ethnic Yazidis, and an ethno-religious group living in the western part of the country, follow Yazidism one of the Yazid religions. Many Yazidis come to Armenia and Georgia during the 19th and early 20th centuries to escape religious persecution. Relations between Yazidis and Armenians are strong. The world's largest Yazidi temple is constructed in the small village of Akhnalik. Judaism. Currently, there is an estimated 750 Jews in the country, remnant of one larger community. Most left Armenia for Israel after the collapse of the Soviet Union to pursue a better living standards. Still, despite the small numbers, high intermarriage rate, and relative isolation, a lot of euthanism enthusiasm exists to help community meet its needs. Islam. Azerbaijanis and Kurds living in Armenia traditionally practice Islam, but most Azerbaijanis, who were the largest minority in the country, fled during the First Nagorno-Karabakh War. In 2009, the Pew Research Center estimates that less than 0.1% of the population, or about 1,000 people, were Muslims. The 18th century Blue Mosque is open for Friday prayers. Throughout history, Armenians did not convert to Islam in large numbers despite the long periods of Muslim rule. During the Arabic conquest, Islam came to Armenia. However, very few Armenians converted to Islam, since Christians were not required to convert to Muslim by law. There is, however, a minority of ethnic Armenian Muslims known as Hamshans, the vast majority of which live outside of Armenia and most of Turkey or Russia. The Baha'i Faith. The Baha'i Faith in Armenia begins with some involvements in the banishments and execution of the Bab, the founder of Babism, viewed of the Baha'i as a precursor religion. The same year of the execution of the Bab, the religion was introduced in Armenia. During the period of Soviet policy of religious oppression, the Baha'i in Armenia lost contact with the Baha'i elsewhere. However, in 1963, communities were identified in Yerevan and Artes. Following perestroika, the first Baha'i local spiritual assemblies of Armenia formed in 1991, and Armenian Baha'i elected its first National Spiritual Assembly in 1995. As of 2010, it was estimated that there were roughly 1,200 Baha'i in Armenia. Since the early 1990s, foreign missionaries, esoteric, and sectarian groups entered Armenia. So that's it for the religion and languages of Armenia. Join us next week as we move on to the country of Australia. So until next time, keep eating your own beat, take the road less traveled, have a great day.